Hi guys, welcome back to the farm in Thailand with Toon and Lee, and something a little bit different for you today. We're under attack, so take a look at this. Now I used to think it was termites doing this sort of damage, but a lot of the time it is. This time though, it's not. So normally the termites would just go for your for dead wood most of the time, but this is a little bit different. As you can see, it's really noshing on the new stuff as well, so that is being consumed. Now I know we really trying to push organic at the moment, and month by month we're increasing the organic aspect of our farm here. But I've given some of our palm nut trees organic spray, and it's not working quick enough. There has been a slight improvement, but we've had to get the big guns out and give it a proper spraying. It's also affected obviously these coconut trees, and our lookmark betel palms, the skinny palm trees. It's having a go at those as well. And we found a couple of infected bamboo plants as well, but it looks like it's a slightly different bug, so that's had a spray too. We had to spray about 4 plants, so fingers crossed we'll get on top of it. The problem being though, I know I'm short, but even tall people would struggle to get up there to spray that, and we haven't got a machine to super spray everything, so I'm not sure. And the coconuts look brilliant, but I don't know whether we just let it ride or not. I know a lot of you that watch the channel are living out in rural Thailand, so you will obviously have some coconut trees dotted around. If you could give us some advice on it, that would be great. So I suppose we could cut off the infected branches early as, because normally with coconut trees you're not supposed to cut any branches off at all, and if they're in the way, this is what you're supposed to do. You really must cut them, just trim them off and then just let them die back naturally, which goes against what I've always read and been told, that you know, it's the same as deadheading in my opinion. If something's dying on your plant, take it off, but it seems to be the opposite way round for your coconut tree branches. But on this occasion maybe it may be worth doing that, or are they just going to jump to the really good branches after that? Because if you look up, the new branches aren't touched, so they seem to go for the ones that are just starting to turn. I don't know what the bug is. We can't find anything in there. Whether they're doing it at night or not, I don't know, but I wouldn't have thought these are termites. Now this over here isn't a fruit tree, it's just for decorative purposes in the future, but that's being well and truly nobbled. That's caterpillars. So we have been given this organic spray. It has helped, but it's still a little bit behind the drag curve, that is. I am contemplating stripping back these branches a little bit. I don't know, I'm guessing what would be best for it, but that only gets organic spray. If you've not seen the organic spray video, we used a mild soap. You can use a mild detergent mixed with just normal vegetable cooking oil, and it suffocates most of the bugs. So that it seemed to work on most plants, but it doesn't seem to be working on the old caterpillars. Aphid control is going brilliantly on here, but I am spraying about every 3 days, which sounds a lot, I know, but it is organic, guys. We are going to be eating these. So it's been 2 days since the spray, and if you just look there, look at those little shit bags, little black aphids. So of course the ants like them because they go and steal all the little juice off their arseholes. So they suck all the juice, it pops out their arsehole, and then the ants eat it. So yeah, but the spraying is working. Look at this. Da, 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 da. So I don't know why they call them foot-long beans, because these are going to end up about 16 feet if they carry on. Honestly, they are growing about 2 inches a day. It's bonkers. Now what I'm going to do next time is not use this fishing line. Although it is strong fishing line, of course the surface area is quite small, and I'm just concerned the weight of these, because these are going to be monstrous. I think it could damage the plant, so I'm going to do it with smaller bits of bamboo. So we've got the wigwam effect at the end, the bigger bits of bamboo, and then I'm going to put some smaller bits across, because we've got another couple of lines of these that are about 1 foot tall, so they just need to be trained up now. But yeah, very, very successful to date, but we've just got to keep on top of these bugs. So you can see they're coming there. It's the red ants that like them. We all bloody hate those, don't we, guys? Not bad for our first stab. Happy with those. Aphids, we're used to them in the UK, so they're nothing new. Part and parcel. Bug free down here. I'll put some chilies in there. They're coming up. And billions of weeds. So Toon's lettuce doing very, very well. We did lose probably about 30% of the little seedlings when they first started germinating. The birds got in there and just scratched and pecked them all out. So we ended up putting some black netting over there for the first couple of weeks. Now they're big enough to survive. So these are the ones that Toon's going to transplant into the banana trees. Here's a wild growing chilli. I sprayed this a couple of days ago. This was black with aphids. There's a few ants about, so I presume there's a few aphids. But you get ants with chilies anyway, so that's a lot more healthy. These are the newer skinny beans, or the foot-long beans. It does look like they need a bit of a feed. They're not a really strong deep green. Almost, I like them with almost a blue hue on them, but you can see even these are getting a bit of a battering. So lots of spraying, a lot more spraying than I anticipated. I don't mind doing it. It's just surprising how many bloody things eat them, and it's probably Barry's fault for not keeping his garden in check, so a lot of bugs will be hiding in there. When everything's clean around, it seems to help quite a lot. So the Welsh Dragon needs to sort himself out, don't you, mate? Eh? You weren't so cocky last week, were you, when Rod Stewart got in there? He gave you a bit of a pasting, didn't he, mate? Looked like something out of a Saw video. That was a proper cockfight, that was. But Toon managed to get out before it got too bad. But with him being white feathers, it looked like he'd had his bloody throat cut. So Guy Bands flipping nails, but Silkies, not so much. Boytown, there's probably a fair few bugs in there. It's taken them quite a while to get on top of things, basically because we keep on eating them or selling them for meat. But there is still steady progress there. This handsome boy here, he's just started cockadoodling. but he sounds like a bit of a broken squeaky toy at the moment. He'll get there. He's only just started crowing in the mornings for about the last 2 or 3 days. A lot of people don't like the noise of the cockerels, but I love it. Tells you you're in the countryside. We have full germination on our coriander bed. Doing very well. So the straw wasn't too thick, was it? These are our PPs, Posh Papaya. This is the only one that germinated out of a packet of seed of 10 that we bought, and it's doing very well. The reason we haven't moved it is because we didn't want to gamble with this one. You do lose the odd one when you do transplant them, so it fits where it touches. That is not going anywhere. So we'll keep this for seed. Now I'm going to try and find you a fluorescent orange caterpillar on here. So let's have a butcher's. So I don't know what these are. Toon calls them Thai olives. They're alright. That's probably about eating size there. About the size of a Victoria plum. No caterpillars. That's good then. So this has been sprayed so many times. It's the sort of thing you're up against, guys. If you want to use organic spray, it's not quite as effective as all the chemicals, but you know, I'd have no problem eating that lot. But I've said it in the past, it just seems now commonplace that you're gonna, when you're buying stuff from the local markets and that, I'm not imagining it, you can taste the chemical on a lot of stuff that you buy. Here's a bit of fustiness that forms in here. You see there's a few birds' nests in here. They should be doing their job and eating all that rubbish. This is the sort of thing you've got to keep on top of, guys. Anything that's dead, dying, infected, rotting, just get it out, because there'll be all sorts of little bugs in there that need to be eaten by your chickens. We have seen a huge improvement on growth on most of the trees and plants around here. Once we'd got the poultry in here, there's very few grasshopper type things. There has been a big reduction in caterpillars as well, but once the plants get quite big, of course the caterpillars and that are a little bit too high for the birds, so you have to keep on top of that yourself. Sprayed this one 4 days ago. It was getting a bit of a battering, and now we've got all the new growth coming on. This is a lime tree, but you can see again it's been having a bit of a battering there. So it is a challenge trying to keep off these chemicals, but to us it is worth it. The mangoes look nice and clear. Here's a look, Matt, one of the skinny palms. You can see it's not great. So this won't get the chemical spray like the palm nut, although this is the same attack that it's suffering, because the birds are here. The ones out in the field, they've had the full Monty, so to speak. So the limes are still producing, even when your bush looks piss poor. So this one's still it's looking a bit pants. So this will have to be sprayed again. It's nothing to do with them not getting enough feed, because when we clean out the animal houses, it all goes in the tyres below. So it's not that. It's not the water, because they get plenty of water as well. I mean, this one's come back nicely. The guava's looking quite good. You do have to keep on top of that. What are you doing in there? See how we're getting guy ban eggs all over the place now. We've got a young guava there. Ours don't look as pretty as a lot of others, but bloody hell, they're tasty. Really good. Sometimes I've not been a fan of it in the past. I think it's a bit sort of fibrous, not very juicy and not very sweet. But ours, some of them, we've got about 3 different varieties. Some of them are really sweet, and got some new flowers coming as well. So I wasn't that bothered about growing these. But now we've tried them, that'll grow to about 4 times that size. But it's another thing we need to do. We need to get all this staked. We still haven't finished the irrigation setup. You can see some pipe work all around. It's just that once the bugs moved in on the palms, we just that's took our time up really. This is one of 3 cashew nut trees that we've popped in. This is probably doing the least well. Something definitely likes to nibble that, but I'm not surprised because you can eat the leaves yourself. But, the other one, we've got another 2. One of them is probably 3 times the size of that, and it probably gets less care than this one does. You see it's nice and clean around the bottom from the birds, and that'll be getting bird poo as well, whereas the other one's just sort of like left to fend for itself. So it's a bit bahoo-bahee as well. I'm not sure how many years it takes to get your nuts off them, but I do like my cashews. Lots to do. Not getting despondent, very rarely do. Still really enjoying it. I recommend it to anyone that wants to get out the rat race, so to speak, and get their hands dirty a bit, get some animals, grow a few things. I think it's good for your soul. Alright, Fred. These 2, thick as thieves, those 2 cockerels, Fred and Ginger. I know Ginger was a girl, but yeah, they're just getting a bit feisty now. They are starting to join the swingers party, but they are having a go at each other now. Rod is still number 1, isn't you, mate? Battered poor old Barry, didn't you? Eh? You didn't like that, so we're going to have to start segregating them off. This lad is like flipping Rocky Balboa. Well, no, with that hairdo, it's more like Ivan Drago, isn't it? Right, that's your lot. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care out there. It's a jungle, remember. And ta-da for now.